Hello there, BCSD third graders. Mrs. Whitman here, and I am back with another math fact fluency video. The reason I wanted to make a video for you today on the fact fluency is because all of a sudden we have 3 factors on our math fluency page, which is a little bit different than what we're normally given. I'd like to demonstrate how to do this for you just in case you're a little bit thrown off by this. Where it says use any strategy, the strategy that I'd recommend is actually the same strategy that they have you practice on number 1 or 1 through 4 on the previous page. So what I would do is rewrite it in the box. Go ahead and group your numbers however you like. I'm gonna group it like this, 2 times 3. And then I'm going to multiply 2 times 3 first. I know 2 times 3 is 6. Then I'm going to bring down that times 5. And I know 6 times 5 is 30. For the use models or visuals box, what I would recommend doing is taking a look at the previous page again and doing something like this. Okay, so 2 times 3 times 5, again grouped this way with my parentheses around the 2 and the 3. What I'm doing when I group it that way is I'm saying 5 groups of 2 times 3. Okay, so 2 times 3, just like they have here for 2 times 2, I'm gonna do something like this. Make an array. 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, there's my group of 2 times 3. Now I'm going to make 5 of those groups of 2 times 3. So that's 1, 2 groups, 3 groups, 4 groups, 5 groups, okay? So I have 2 times 3 represented because I have, let me get a different color here. I have 3 rows and 2 columns, okay? And then I just did that 5 times. So that's how you would represent it as a model or a visual. Okay, for a story, what I could do is I need to make a story that has more than 2 things going on. What I'm talking about is something kind of like the math that we did in day 12 math task. Because really what we did for this is we did 3 times 4. Let me get a better color here. 3 times 4 times 2. If we had written this out as a multiplication sentence, that is the multiplication sentence we would have used. So I can look and see what kind of language they used in the math task, and I can use that to write my own math story, okay? So I could do something like Mrs. Whitman and her husband each bought 4 apples a week for 7 weeks. How many apples did they buy altogether? See how easy it is to kind of sub in your own words, and you can use an existing math problem in order to help you out if you're stuck on something like that with the write a story portion. Okay, so I'm going to write that down. Mrs. Whitman and her husband, I'm going to do puppies instead of apples. It's more fun. Bought, let's just do 2. We don't want to get out of control here. 2 puppies a week for 2 puppies a week for 7 weeks. How many puppies did they buy? Oh, you know what? I should not use the number 2 or 7 because that's not the numbers that's in my fact fluency that they are wanting me to use. So let me just erase those numbers there. And so we need to make sure we're using a 2, a 3, and a 5. The 2 is myself and my husband, 2 people, right? So let me put in a 3 for the puppies. Let me do that in another color so you can see how I changed it. So I've got a 2, I've got a 3, and I need to put a 5 in there. There we go. Yeah, I need to make sure I use the numbers that they give me. Okay, we're back on track now. So how many puppies did they buy altogether? 2, run out of space here. And I would find the answer by multiplying, again, 2 times 3 times 5. 2 because 2 people buying the puppies, 3 puppies a week for 5 weeks. Okay, and then how do you know your answer is correct? Okay. I like to practice saying it out loud before I write it down. But I could do something like, I know my answer is correct because I grouped 2 times 3 and in parentheses, and that equals 6. Then I multiplied 6 times 5 and skip counted by 5s to find out that 6 times 5 is 30. Any way you want to explain it is totally fine. So I'm going to write, I grouped 2 times 3 in parentheses, which is 6. I then multiplied 6 times 5 and skip counted, which is easy to do with 5s, right? To find a product of 30. All right, so that's my advice for completing the Day 12 Math Fluency page. I hope that was helpful to you, and thanks for listening. Talk to you later.